Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Gold, as you all know. And I welcome to Cope Radio and Television Station where they give a back to back as the hot. And still on this ministerial list right away, and still ongoing in the Senate. And the man in charge has finally unleashed the list as mentioned in the live streaming, which will bring to you at later in the daytime. But there is an ongoing motion right now in the Senate, which there has been discussed on the issue of the doctor, the resident doctor who has gone on strike, asking the federal government to do the needful as they have signed an M.O.U. on May 19th this year, which they had come to the Senate and also to the House of Representatives to discuss this motion. But since then, the federal government has not done anything on this motion. Right now, one of the senator in the house in this on this meeting right now that is ongoing at Abuja right away has raised this motion again that the federal government to take a look at this ongoing strike of the doctors who are on strike, that they have to look into this matter and see how to resolve this motion. Please listen to him and listen to what he's just said.
Yesterday, these allo chambers moved a resolution in respect of the outbreak of a disease in some part of the country. I tried in vain yesterday to call our attention to the fact that yesterday, the National Association of Resident Doctors were proceeding on a nationwide strike. As we speak now, the National Association of Resident Doctors across the country, they are on strike. And we know that the resident doctors constitute the majority of healthcare professionals, manning particularly our secondary and tertiary institutions. This is most at a time that the citizens are going through some challenges, occasioned by necessary but very painful reforms that are going on in our economic space. Therefore, we must also not deny them the opportunity of having access to health care, particularly now. My name is Shoaib Afolabi Salisu. I represent the good people of Ogun Central. I'm sponsoring this motion alongside with His Excellency, the Deputy Senate President, Senator Baral Jibril from Kano North, and the Single Senator Akintunde Yunus from Oyo Central. I proceed, Mr. Senate President. The Senate notes that the healthcare sector is an essential service that requires utmost attention to ensure the welfare, well-being, and wellness of Nigerians. Aware that there are only 24,000 doctors available to over 200 million population, with a current ratio of one doctor to over 9,000 patients, in stark contrast with WHO's recommendation of one doctor to 600 patients. Further aware that Nigeria has witnessed mass exodus of very experienced medical professionals in recent times, and is therefore in dire shortage of healthcare professionals. Observe that the ongoing strike by resident doctors has resulted in suspension of critical healthcare services, further exacerbating the fragile public health situation across the country. Further observe that it is imperative for the federal government to promptly address the concerns of the resident doctors and find lasting solutions to prevent future occurrences of the strikes that disrupt our healthcare services now and then. Concern that the outbreak of a highly contagious and deadly devastating disease in some states poses a significant public health concern and requires immediate, effective, and coordinated intervention. Further concern that the ongoing strike by the resident doctors has led to the suspension of essential healthcare services, negatively impacting patients' access to medical care and and health of Nigerian citizens are paramount, and the government must prioritize efforts to contain the devastating outbreak and ensure access to quality healthcare services. Senate resolve 1. To urge the federal government to immediately engage with the leadership of the resident doctors to address their grievances and find lasting solutions to end the ongoing strike. 2. To encourage the federal government to identify and address the underlying issues leading to incessant strike in the health sector and develop sustainable policy to prevent future occurrences, thereby safeguarding the health and well-being of all Nigerians. Number 3, to emphasize the need for the federal government to prioritize investment in the healthcare sector, including the improvement of healthcare infrastructure, capacity building for medical professionals, and the development of policies to enhance healthcare delivery in Nigeria. And to call on the resident doctors to consider the humanitarian implications of their strike action and prioritize the well-being and lives of patients, particularly in the face of the diabetes disease outbreak in some part of the country, and immediately suspend the strike. Number 5, mandate the relevant committees of the Senate, when constituted, to conduct an inquiry into the underlying issues leading to the resident doctor strike and make.
All right. Did you just hear what he said? Which the primary thing we need to know, and that the federal government need to take note on, is that if the primary health care are not functioning, that means there will be anarchy in the land, because this will increase the rate of sickness. This will also increase the high rate of death, because if one is sick and there is no doctor to take proper care or to attend to the persons, what will happen to such women? So I think the federal government need to take an attention and take look into this matter to make sure that the primary health care come back on board, and also look into this matter. And this motion should not linger. The Senate has said their own, and I really appreciate most of the senators who really support the motion, who has really come today that it is a must thing. It is something that the federal government had to look into it fast, because our primary health care lies in their hands. It is a normal thing that let's even look at it from this other aspect. Okay, the primary health care, like the AMAC. Let's talk about the AMAC. We all know in every community there are AMAC hospitals. Now imagine that the doctors in charge in this AMAC hospital go on strike, not going to work. What happens to their client? You know, what happens to the patient? Oh, a patient is having malaria, there is no doctor to treat them. And if all go to strike, that means there will be problem in the land. Sickness will increase. There will be more contaminated diseases because there are no doctor to treat. If your father is sick and there's no doctor to treat, what happens to the mother? The mother goes sick, and also the children also contact the sickness. So we beg the federal government to please look into this matter as quickly as possible, because it's more or less important as the breath we breathe. Yes, let's look into it. And also, once again, if you are joining this channel for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and also share the videos as we give you all back to back. All right, I don't talk my own and I don't close my mouth at this part. Una bye.